Enemies! What do? This is a little bit confusing. Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of the KapparServer. How are you guys doing today? How's life? No jokes about the armor? I already know. I logged into the server and I found this. Purpleness. And I have a feeling there is only one person who talks like that. Lord Fonda. We're going to take him some presents. And of course those presents are going to be purple. No. You're not following me into the vault. It's going to go dark. It's just that if we want to make it really purple, we have to make a journey to the void dimension. I need some purple stone. I don't really think we are welcome here. We have enough. We go home. Oh, this is a lovely biome. Everything is purple. I should have lived here. It's okay, we have some gifts. Let us get to work. I really love the arches, and since we are kind of like Santa Claus, should we go down the chimney? That's not a chimney. I'm so happy he did not claim it, otherwise this would have been really awkward. We have spread the purpleness with some goodies inside. Perfect. I'm happy, we can go home. So as you guys remember, last episode we did manage to make a very garbage blood altar, which is tier 3. We need to go to tier 5. And we have to do it today. The problem is that in order to make the next tier, we're going to need something called a blood shard, and the only way of getting it is to get a bound blade. And the main problem of getting a bound blade is demonic will. We need to have a tartaric gem with minimum of 400 will inside. The ones that we had last episode could only hold 64. This is an upgraded version, I think it can hold 256. So I do have a feeling we need to have a common tartaric gem. Let us get it. I do have a zombie spawner with smite, so it's really fast. Also, if you want to gather demonic will, looting really helps. This one needs 240, so we just need imbued slate. Oh, and something fun. I was planning to make a room for the wooden spikes so that we can get perks from astral sorcery. And then I was told that the limit of 30 perks have been removed, so we can have like 100 perks. So I basically unlocked every single constellation, and we are getting the most experience from Vicio because I just traveled the world. So look, I have 52 levels and we have 8 points to spend. Anyways, we always invest in more hearts and more damage. And you're imbued. Good. Common tartaric gem. I'm hoping this will hold enough. We will see. We just need a little bit more zombies. So here is our binding reagent, and I never got the arcane ashes. Okay, it's not that bad. So I believe it was arcane ashes, then we need the binding reagent and a diamond sword. Nice. Very good. Bound blade. It's not very good for us because we do not have any blood in our blood network, so we need to get some. It's not going to consume that much, but we need to have just a little bit. Cause otherwise I'm just going to take damage for nothing. Give me my shard. I was going to say it's going to take a while, apparently not. Oh, we got 2. That basically means we can have our bloodstone tiles. We do have the blood tiles in order to make a blood altar tier 4, but we also need 4 nether stars in order to make the tier 5. This is why I came to the nether, in order to find a few wither skeleton skulls. The problem is, I haven't found any. These were gifts by Thomas, so I'm doing garbage. Although worst comes to worst, Queen just gave me a tome of alchemy, so we can just dupe it. But nonetheless, I am going to try my best. Oh, we got 1. Oh, we got 2. That went really smoothly, far better than I thought. But I did notice from Purple's video that we have mob griefing disabled on this mod pack. So what we can do is that we can just have the wither fight here, cause I don't think he's going to be able to break the blocks. This could have gone really bad if they have changed it. Thankfully they didn't. I do understand that this is a little bit cheaty, but I would have done the same underground anyways, so it's fine. So this is our tier 5 blood altar, and this is the maximum size that we can make it in this mod pack. This is basically just a giant crafting table, and we need to optimize it based on our needs. And how do we optimize it? We use runes. For those of you who don't know, these colorful guys that you see over here are basically upgrades. Generally, if you want to do a lot of blood magic, it is recommended that you have 2 blood altars, one of them for crafting and one of them for storing life essence in your network. Also, another thing which is recommended is to try and get the living armor from blood magic, because that will give you a lot of buffs, but we have Thaumcraft, so I'm not gonna do that. We might have a second blood altar later on, but for the moment we have to make do with 1. So how do we want to do this? Well, first off, we have to have enough runes of sacrifice so that whenever I'm stabbing myself, we're going to fill this guy in. Secondly, we have to have enough capacity so that the altar itself would be able to accept my holy blood. It's a shame to waste it. We also have to have a decent amount of speed runes so that we would be able to craft items fast inside the altar and I don't have to wait here for like 5 hours. And if you're wondering why am I confused with the names, the name of the mod is Blood Magic. everything is called blood altar, knife, sacrificial knife. The blood itself is called life essence. You just had to be politically correct about one item. I don't get it. Purplex said that he's going to farm friends, and we all had to see. Those are his friends. Although, considering that they are all purple, I kind of agree with him. Those are good friends. Yeah, I'm guessing the rest of us are not such a good friend. But you know what? We should have at least done some espionage. Where's his base? Ah yes, it's here. We just do some observations. He's made out of motus. He runs really fast. That's actually a very nice way of getting RF. How did he get so many? Cause I don't really think you can craft this one. Oh, 3 hours in the end. Okay, I'm not gonna do that. The two wise giants. One of us is missing. Finally, we have a decent altar and it can hold just above 100 buckets. And whenever I'm stabbing myself, we are contributing, I don't know, like 70 buckets, which is really good. I still have to work on the incense altar, which is down here, but we will do that later on. But we are going to use this altar in order to get some rituals. Bar? Hi. You scared me. Do you know what we can do? We can take him for a sacrifice. Oh, he's a magma cube. He doesn't take damage. Okay, he does not take damage, but I'm guessing he will suffocate. I'm counting on the fact that I have more hearts than him. Okay, I did. We go out. So where was I? Yes, we are going to need a better orb, and that one requires a nether star. I kind of forgot, so let us go get one. Oh, actually, just before we go, I have discovered something incredibly interesting. So you can craft slates into blocks. That was a demonic slate and I think it looks amazing. Oh. It's not visible. Oh, it turns back to normal ones. That's a bummer. I'm guessing they're not designed to be placed down in the world. It's fine. Ooh, another sacrifice. He ran away. You know, the volcano kind of needs some sacrifices. He doesn't have fire resistance. I forgot to say hi. He does have a lot of health. It's been a while. Yeah, I don't think he's gonna die. I'm so sorry. You're not sacrifice material. Cool. We have the orb. It's just that I have no idea how much essence we can keep inside the orb. Yes, as it turns out, 10 million life essence. That's not bad. The bad part is that whenever I'm stabbing myself, we're getting like 60 buckets, which is garbage. Because if we want to run rituals, I just have to stand on this altar and stab myself until the end of the game, and that is not what we want to do. What we want to do is to make it a little bit more efficient. The incense altar is giving us a bonus of 20%. And this is how we're going to do this. We are going to have a 3x3 of wooden pad blocks. They can be in the same Y level, but you can also make a pyramid. And then if we plant some garbage around it, the effect is going to be increased. So now it's 40%. We're going to put some leaves because leaves look nice. And they are also going to increase the bonus, but with wooden pad blocks you cannot go above 60. Essentially what we are trying to do is that we are trying to define an area of tranquility under our blood altar so that whenever we are stabbing ourselves, we are going to feel tranquil, and therefore we can donate more blood. And how do we define that area for the incense altar? We use pad blocks. Different pad blocks have different ranges. For instance, a wooden pad block has a range of 3, therefore we only have 3 of them. If I place one more over here, it's not going to count. The worn stone pads have a range of 7, and if you count, we exactly have 7. We have 1, 2, 3 of the wooden and 4 of the stone ones. And the highest tier of pad block that you can use is obsidian. So 3, 4 and 2. That's a total of 9. Of course you can make the entire thing out of obsidian, but obsidian is one of my problems and this is why we are making all of this. So with the wooden ones we had 60, with the stone ones I managed to get it up to 120, and with the obsidian we're up to 129. Meaning that I can add more garbage. We have a much more increased bonus. That's 142. Of course the more random garbage stuff you add, the better. Now it's 158. And after spending a stupid amount of time trying to mix and match blocks, we're at almost 180%. Which literally means I can donate 90 buckets of blood. I'm very juicy. But that is perfectly fine by me. The altar itself has a capacity of 100, so 90 donation is fine. We just need to cover it because I really hate falling down all the time. Yes. It's missing something. Do you know what? That is much better. Oh, and by the way, don't you worry, I am going to cover it, but later on, not today, because I also have to fix this, and this one, and obviously that one, and probably you too. This one is underground, so probably no one is going to see it. We do have a decent blood altar, please ignore the hopper, that looks ugly, I know, and we have a decent amount of LP in our network. Oh, 5 million. Okay, that's nice. Let us get down to business. What we are going to need is a few ritual stones, one master ritual stone. We want to get some lava. There is a ritual from the nether, and this is how you make it. It's just one master ritual stone and 4 ritual stones. For activating the rituals, there are 2 types of crystals. We can afford this one. And since this is going to be the better one, why not? If we right click on the master ritual stone, we should get lava. There are 400 million ways of gathering the lava, but I want to try something from Engineer's Decor. This is called a fluid collection funnel, and if we put it like so, yes, it's collecting the lava, even if it's flowing. It's just that we can't really see that. So, you shut up for the moment, and yes, you are collecting it. Very good. Because if you read the description, it is telling you that it will look for a source block if the fluid itself is flowing. So to have a lava generation system, we are going to have the ritual stone over there. We are going to assemble you one more time. The fluid collector goes over here. And just to make it fancy, I am going to cover it with arcane stone. And of course, you're going to cause a mess because I forgot to cover the rest. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. That is infinite lava. Unfortunately, at the cost of my blood. We want to use this lava in order to have a very small stonework factory because I'm very short on blocks. And for this purpose we are going to have 7 igneous extruders, like so. We can extract the lava using a fluid conduit and it will go inside the igneous extruders. Not all of them are going to consume lava, but some of them are. Very good, we are getting lava. One is going to be for cobblestone, basalt. Stone itself is not the worst. With the classic deposition augment we should be able to also get sand, as well as gravel. And the final one is going to be for obsidian. That is the one which is going to consume the most amount of lava. I know. Again, there are 400 million ways of getting water. We're going to use aqueous accumulators. Every single one of these igneous extruders that you see over here has water, has lava, and has power. It does not consume that much power. That's good. Of course, we also need to start storing the items, so we're going to have some caches. And since I'm incredibly lazy to configure each and every one of them, what we're going to do is that we're going to put input from the bottom, output from the top. And if we get a red print, we just copy the settings and paste it. And just like that, we have all the basic building blocks. Perfect. Ah, you jerk. I just closed it. Okay. Yes, this place is very fluxy. It's okay. We'll fix it. Go to hell. I don't really want to know what they're doing with the server, and I'm not going to ask. I'm just literally going to finish this building, and then we're going to solve our flux issue. Oh, nice. Now it's yellow. Somebody was teleporting over here, and I think it was purplic. I know the motus. Anyways, I did spend a little bit of time trying to clean up the base because our base was just a mishmash of garbage. Now, at least there is an organization to that garbage. We have a few paths which are going to connect the different parts of our base. Well, here is our cobblestone factory, my portal is over there, we have to do something about it, and we have the arcane infusion. And of course we also have the purple fire. That stupid thing up there is supposed to keep the essential mirror so that we can power the arcane infusion, because I thought it's weird if we just have a floating mirror. So apparently I just decided to go with a bigger floating thing. The base itself needs a lot of work, but we have more urgent issues. Flux. Arcane infusion causes a lot of flux, and do you know what else causes a lot of flux? Essentia smelting. And do you notice the problem? They are in the same chunk because I thought it's going to look cool. Was that a very wise decision? Probably not. We have to start fixing it. I do not have access to a primordial pearl, so we cannot upgrade our Thaumium Essentia smeltery, and this guy is going to generate a lot of flux. So whatever we have to do, we have to reduce the flux with this guy. So here is what we are going to do. We are going to have the Essentia smeltery in the center. Then there is something called auxiliary venting ports, and these are going to reduce flux. Unfortunately, we cannot have more than 3, so there you go. 3 of them. These guys are going to reduce the flux considerably. The problem is that if we use them on all sides, which we are doing it at this very moment, we cannot use this guy. The slurry pump, which is going to make our Essentia smeltery work much faster, because that kind of has to go on one of the slots as well. And just to make sure that we are never ever going to have this problem again, we're going to use the flux condenser, 2 of them. I think they are going to have a diminishing return, but at least if the lattice on one of them is clogged, the other one will work. Because basically what happened last time is that my lattice got clogged, and I didn't notice. Of course, as usual, we're going to supply it with something like herba, which we will have in sufficient quantities, and we're going to get Vithium. And did you know what? This is going to be a mob farm as well, if I don't light it up. So basically the hope is that this is not going to cause us any more problems. I spent a bit of time on our Essentia room, I even tested our devices, and so far so good. You might notice that this one is clogged, that one is not, and that was the whole point. So if I mess something up, we have a backup plan. And yes, we do have a lot of VTM, and the flux is not the worst. Yeah, literally we have no flux in this chunk. That's great. Also, please ignore the roof. I am going to fix it after I get my rod of the shifting crust, after we have fixed our mana situation, because our mana situation is literally garbage. But in the meantime, I also did something very cheaty, which I'm not very proud of, but I kind of have to show you. This is why I actually hid it back here, so that no one will see it. My mystical agriculture farm. Generally, I'm not a fan of having a mystical agriculture farm because I think it's very boring, but we are on a server and we cannot have a mob farm for everything, and because of my life choices of getting into Ender.io, we have a problem, a vibrant alloy. So if you want to make vibrant alloy, you're going to need ender pearls, you're going to need gold, you're going to need glowstone, you're going to need redstone. That's literally 2 mob farms or a crop, and I think a crop is going to be less laggy. Also, I have grains of infinity, chicken and cow seeds for the same reason. Obviously this is not finished yet, I just wanted to let you know that we are getting resources from mystical agriculture as well. And from next episode we are also going to try and summon a meteor from blood magic which is made out of ores, so that we don't need a quarry. Just before we wrap up today's episode, I just wanted to mention that I've read your comments regarding our shopping area, and yes, we are going to do all of those things. Meaning that I am going to sell blood, I'm going to make them work for my beautiful eyes. They are going to be poisoned, fluxed, withered, electrocuted and suffer from radiation. And maybe we start selling some nice things as well, but we do need to make a department store, not just a shop. This is why resource generation is going to be incredibly important for us. Well, you have been cheesed. I like cheese, and the cheese looks nice. I have a feeling that is queen. Thank you. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's also a good time to wrap up the episode. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. Till the next one, bye bye. We have a bit of a situation. I forgot to close the door, someone came in, our guard is dead because I picked up his pieces, and I think someone was going to steal my brain. That cannot happen, not on my watch. We are going to fix this place before we get ore generation, before we make the department store, and we are going to make this place completely impenetrable. And we want to make sure that even if they manage to get in, they can't go out. We will see. Can you break the cheese? Oh yes, nice. I like cheese. And that comes from a lactose intolerant person, so I really love cheese.